Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and in this video I want to take a quick look at a game which the 8th world chess champion Mikhail Tal played against a chess player named Teslenko. The game was played in 1964. In this game Tal had white pieces and he opened up with e4, to which Teslenko answered with French defense: d4, d5, knight c3, bishop b4. Winawer variation is on the board: e5, c5, a3. Here black has two main options: can either capture on c3 or can move back the bishop on a5. In the game we see the retreat variation bishop a5, b4. Tal is gambiting, and this line leads to a very dynamic play. Here c takes d4 is the main move, and c takes b4 is not that good because after knight b5 black is facing some problems. If you win a pawn, then after c3 and then bishop takes a3, once the bishop is appearing on this a3 f8 diagonal, black can face serious problems, and then the queen can jump on g4, and yes, all this look very unpleasant for black. That's why to b4 black answered with c takes d4, and this line was popularized by Armenian grandmasters and is known as the Armenian variation. Knight b5. Right now we have two threats: black neutralized both, and f4 protecting the central pawn. Knight c6, knight f3, f5. Well, in here knight g7 is the main move, after which black is attacking white's knight, but in the game we see f5, bishop d3, knight e7, white castled kingside, bishop d7, king h1, black castled kingside, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, so finally Tal is winning back the sacrificed pawn. Knight c6, knight f3, rook c8, bishop b2. Later this bishop will play a key role in the game. Bishop b6, and there it goes, g4. Tal is looking for an immediate attack, and at the cost of a temporary pawn sacrifice he wants to open up the position. Bishop e3, black is making a chicken move, and actually at this point it was better to play f takes g4. If knight g5, then h6. If knight h7, then queen h4. Black can go for an exchange sacrifice, but in return can get a pretty nice counterplay. If queen d2, then rook takes f8, and yes, black has a very strong counterplay. But instead to g4, black answered with bishop e3. When Tal sacrifices a piece, you should accept it, you know. In this case, f takes g4 was of course good, and we have g takes f5, e takes f5, and e6. This time Tal is sacrificing the central pawn in order to open up the bishop's diagonal. Bishop takes e6, black accepted the pawn sacrifice, knight g5, and bishop d7, a move which is losing on the spot. Bishop f7 is also not good. You will lose the pawn on f5, and in here, after knight g5, actually the best moves are d4 or queen e8. d4 is a nice move, neutralizing both the dark squared bishop and also freeing the d5 square for the queen. If, for example, knight takes e6, then queen d5 check, followed by queen takes e6. But instead to knight g5, black answered with bishop d7, and without meeting any obstacles, white created a direct mating threat. h6, but in typical positions, h6 won't help you. After queen g6, Tal forced the resignation because right now there are two mating threats. Now if, for example, rook f6, then queen h7 can follow, and then queen h8. Yes, this is a total destruction. That's why after queen g6, once white queen penetrated opponent's camp, Teslenko immediately capitulated. Not a very accurate game by Tal. I have such an impression that Tal was playing in a hasty way. Quite possibly this was a simultaneous game, you know. There is not much information, but I'm tempted to think that this was a chess simul or some sort of an exhibition game. Anyways, hope that you enjoyed Tal's attack. That e6 sacrifice was nice. He unleashed the beast. and relying on the mistakes quickly beat his opponent. In the end, a chess puzzle for you where the task is to find the winning line for white. It's white to move, and I will wait for your answer in the comment section. The task is very easy. In the end, feel free to check out my early uploads as well. I will see you in my next video. Take care.